Nutrition in animals is mostly heterotrophic. They depend on plants and other animals for their food. Some animals feed on both plants and animals. Animals and non-green plants like fungi, bacteria cannot make their own food. Such organisms are called heterotrophs and their nutrition is heterotrophic nutrition. These organisms depend on autotrophs for their nutrition directly or indirectly, so known as heterotrophs. Heterotrophs are divided into three categories on the basis of their eating habits. Herbivores are those animals which eat plants, for example, cow, goat. Carnivores are those animals which eat the flesh of other animals, for example, lion, tiger. Omnivores are those animals which eat both plants and the flesh of other animals, for example, man, crow. Digestion in human beings takes place in the alimentary canal. The alimentary canal of the human beings consists of the following parts: the buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. The process of digestion in human beings begins in the mouth and ends in the small intestine. The process of ingestion takes place through the mouth. Salivary glands present in the mouth secrete saliva. The saliva helps in breakdown of starch into sugars. Tongue is the fleshy muscular organ attached to the buccal cavity. It helps in mixing of food with the saliva and swallowing of food. On the action of saliva, the food changes into bolus. Esophagus or food pipe runs along the neck. It pushes down the bolus into the stomach. Inside the stomach, food changes into thin slurry. Digestive juices secreted by the stomach break down the proteins into simple substances and kill the germs present in the food. In the small intestine, carbohydrates get broken into simple sugars, fats into fatty acids and glycerol, and proteins get converted into amino acids. The small intestine is the longest organ of the digestive system, arranged like a coil. Its length is about 7 to 7.5 meter long. Absorption of the digested food takes place in the lower part of the small intestine. Absorption of water and salt from the undigested food takes place in the large intestine, and fecal matter is removed through the anus. Liver and pancreas also help in the process of digestion and hence are called digestive organs of our body. Liver is the largest gland of the body. It secretes bile juice that is stored in the gallbladder. Bile plays an important role in digestion of fats. Pancreas is cream colored gland. It secretes pancreatic juice. The duodenum is a part of small intestine, receives the bile juice from the liver and the pancreatic juice from the pancreas. Now test the role of saliva in digestion. Take two test tubes, label them as P and Q. Add 1 teaspoonful of boiled rice in the test tube P. Add 1 teaspoonful of boiled rice after chewing it for 2 to 3 minutes in the test tube Q. Now add 1 teaspoonful of water in the test tube P and Q to form solution of boiled rice. Pour 4 to 5 drops of iodine solution in each test tube. Observe and note the change in the color of the boiled rice solution in the test tubes P and Q. You will observe that the color of the boiled rice solution in test tube P turns blue-black, while that in the test tube Q remains unchanged. The blue-black color in the test tube P indicates the presence of starch in it, and no color change in boiled rice solution of test tube Q indicate absence of starch. This shows that saliva digests starch present in the boiled rice into sugar. Human beings cannot digest the cellulose present in food as the human system lacks the cellulose digesting enzymes required to digest it. Ruminants are plant-eating animals that digest their food in two steps. Ruminants Stomach is divided into four compartments: rumen, reticulum, omasum, and abomasum. After the half-chewed food is swallowed, it goes from the mouth to the rumen, the first chamber of the stomach, and here it is acted upon by bacteria and microorganisms. The half-digested food then goes to the second muscular chamber, the reticulum, from where it is sent back to the mouth as curd to be chewed again. The action is known as ruminating. The rechewed food is swallowed for the second time. After passing the first two chambers, it enters the third chamber, omasum. Here, the food is further broken down into still smaller pieces, which finally enter the fourth chamber, abomasum. Here the enzymes act upon the food and digestion is completed as in the human stomach. The digested food is sent to the small intestine where the nutrients are absorbed. Amoeba is a unicellular microscopic organism found in pond water. It consists of a single blobby cell surrounded by a porous cell membrane. A large disc-shaped nucleus within the amoeba controls growth and reproduction. Amoeba moves by changing the shape of its body, forming a pseudopod, that is, false food. Amoeba engulfs tiny particles of food by surrounding it with phosphate or pseudopodia. When amoeba senses food, it forms pseudopodia around the food and engulfs it. The engulfed food is then trapped in a food vacuole where digestive juices are secreted so as to break the food into simpler substances. Digestion is intracellular. The digested food is then absorbed in the cytoplasm for further use.